Thank you. Oh, Fly John sleeping. Okay, let's turn Fly John on. Thank you for letting me know. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be flying the Beechcraft 1900D. And let me know if Fly John's awake now, if you could, this URL. Hello, Milo. Yeah, we'll be taking the Beechcraft 1900D from San Diego, Lindbergh, up to an airport. I don't know if I've ever been to this airport before. It's called Inyokern. I think is that how you say it? Let's see here. It's Kilo India Yankee Kilo. Inyokern, kind of like in your face, but Inyokern. It's not too far of a route. I'm debating between going IFR or VFR, but if I look here at the weather here in San Diego, it's overcast, so we'll probably simulate an IFR scenario. I'm also going to be... Alright, so that turns it into 188 miles if we go IFR. Yes, this is from Coronado. Brett Sand, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your thoughts, Brett. And I saw that you were streaming this morning as I was waking up. So hope your stream went well. And thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate that. When's the last time you landed that? Researching for the landing rate guess. I don't know if I've ever landed at Inyokern before. I have no idea if I've ever landed at Inyokern. So, Bug Eater 64. Good morning. Grow Adler. It's in between restricted areas. Really? Uh-oh. I better go IFR then. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, there's all kinds of MOAs around. Well, that'll be fun. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'll be rocking the GNS530 here on the second webcam. I'll try to angle that towards you guys. And then when I'm manipulating that GNS530, I will zoom in on the simulator screen so you guys can see that in all of its glory. It's an amazing device. I think some of you ordered this device and it's probably arriving soon or has already arrived. Hello, JT Kerr. The Skipjack 95. This is the 1900D, the Beechcraft 1900D from Coronado. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Project Fly. I haven't done Project Fly for a little while. Every time I load Project Fly, it wants to load up a flight that it thinks is in progress. And I can't get rid of it. But we'll just see if we can go over here to bookings. Yeah, I want to delete that booking. Okay, that might work. Create a new booking. I did say it right, Grow Adler. Okay, good. All right, KSAN. We're going to go to Kilo India Yankee Kilo. Inyokern. We're gonna, oops. Yeah, manually enter the booking. Flight number today is Snak Air 5721, 5721. And, yes, SNK 5721 is our call sign. Departures optional charter IFR. We're going to be the B1900D, which is, where'd it go? Is it the BE9L? Or no, it's the B190. There it is. We're going to be offline because Pilotage isn't open yet. So we'll be offline. And we'll book and dispatch. Paste a route. Actually, we won't paste a root. We'll just type it in manually. Uh-oh. There was no link. Okay. Let me, why did it do that short circuit? Let's see here. Oh, it was the .love. So if you put a space after the period before love, it'll let that go through. But short circuit says, sadly, John, depression is the real deal. I suffer myself and need more awareness. Love to all the family at this time. Talking about it is the best healer. Thank you for your sharing of your thoughts there, short circuit. Yes, it's something I think even maybe 30, 40 years ago, society, we just didn't talk about it very much. And now we're more aware, and I think we're better equipped to recognize it and try to help as much as possible. And I know there also is, there's treatments that help also, but it's more prevalent than we realize. And I think that it certainly can. Well, someone said yesterday that it's something that unless you've experienced it yourself, it's hard to understand. It really is. I'm going to put in, and I'm sorry that the link, it treated it as a link because of the periods. Yeah. We're going to go Mission Bay MZB to, and then we're going to go Victor 23 Airway to Dana, and then from Dana to Victor 363 Pomona, and then Victor Airway Victor 197 Palmdale, and then Inyokern. Let's see, Mission Bay Victor 23, Dana Victor 363, Pomona Victor 197, Palmdale. Yep. Okay. Dispatch, and we'll fly now. All right, let's go ahead and minimize that. Thank you for the host, Solat. 8Key12, good morning, afternoon. All right, I need to move Project Fly. I guess, oops. Project Fly can go, oh, there it is, okay. I think our ETA will come up. I'm going to move the webcam down just a little. Well, no, I guess it's okay right there. I think the Project Fly is going to have an ETA that comes up a little bit later. What does the new bit of kit show, not being a flight? Basically, it's I'm able to manipulate the GNS530 with this piece of hardware, and I'll show that to you guys now. I'm tempted to go through the X checklist. Maybe I'll do that on the next flight, though. I don't know. Could be lengthy. All right, so let's come down here. We're going to turn on the battery. Just making one little quick change on my audio. See if it syncs a little bit better with my streaming PC. Thank you for the host, Giant Unicorn. How you doing, Uni? Oh, yep, there's the route command working. Okay, let's arm the ignition. Let's turn on. We'll turn on beacons on the ground. Yeah, it's good. Shut. Feather. Fuel cutoff. Wait for 12%, and then we're going to introduce some fuel. We're going to go into low idle. Jay Kraus with the subscribe. Thank you very much.
We got a subscribe.
Mike H says, sorry for your loss, John. I just lost my mother at the end of March, so I know how difficult it is losing a family member. Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss, Mike. I'm really fortunate that I do have both my mom and dad still around. But yeah, it is very difficult. Chili Willies, good morning. Hope you're well. And also, Giant Unicorn is doing sloped runways in X-Plane. I think Oscar Pelote, the creator of Ortho 4XP, released a YouTube video where he was working on a patch for Ortho 4XP to automatically do some airport smoothing, which I was very interested to see how that turns out. But there's a YouTube video of him doing something. All right, we'll turn the ignition off to the right jet on. Left arm auto ignition, left starter on. It definitely is a money-making bird. Jay Kraus, thank you for the 16 months. Jay Kraus, 16 months in a row. That's a long time. Thank you for the support, John. Crash to Distal, the origination and the destination are the top of the screen. Can you? I think it's showing KSAN to KIYK. I tried that version, but it doesn't work that good. Oh, okay. Well, it's good that he's working on it. I didn't even know the version was available. So, John J. Kraus, again, thanks for the subscribe. How was? Didn't you go to Sun and Fun? I think you did. Okay, left ignition off, left gen on. Let's turn our AC bus on here. I'm also gonna, reset ties there. Auto feather. I'm also gonna come down here and do rudder boost. And we're also going to turn on the EFS power, which I believe is right there. No. That is the EFS power. There's the main EFS power button. Okay. There we go. Avionics on. I also loaded up the new 1.9.2 FSEconomy script. So I shouldn't have that connection problem, I'm assuming. Turn on the avionics. Yeah, I hadn't turned on the avionics there. All right, so now here's the fun part. So what I'm going to... that's kind of interesting. I didn't even know this was a thing. It's kind of like that translucent. Anyway, I need to pop that out, and then what I do is I drag it down here. Because this bit of hardware, all it is a monitor, right? So hopefully this works. So I'll click on the flight plan button. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit here. I'm not a big fan of the reflections at this particular moment, so I'm going to turn the reflections off. Yeah, B2. It's something that I wasn't sure when it was introduced, and I'm assuming that it's a feature rather than a a bug, but it's kind of cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit the flight plan button. I'll zoom in even further so you guys can see this. So I'll hit the flight plan button. Sorry, flight plan, and then I'm gonna click on the menu. I'm gonna scroll over to delete flight plan, and then okay. So normally, because I have a lot of waypoints, VORs, Victor Airways, normally I would take this entire flight plan and I would pop it into simbrief.com, and then I would export it to an FMS file, and then I'd put it into that X-Plane output FMS plan folder, because it's very difficult to enter all of those waypoints unless you have one of these bad boys. So this really is nice, and it's kind of I actually enjoy the process now of scrolling through here. So we'll put in Mike Zulu Bravo, and we'll hit enter. That's our first waypoint. And then after Mike Zulu Bravo, we're going to put in Dana. So we'll come up here and we'll scroll to the DA. H. Enter. So I think it's really cool that you can, manipulate it that. Let's see, can you do airways on the 530? I don't think you can do airways. You could also enter the waypoints via the FMS. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I think PE is opening up in 10 minutes. Dana, I think Victor Airways are coming to the 530 eventually, but they may be there now. I haven't looked lately. POM, Pomona. VOR in the southwest, we'll accept that. The default XP11 FMS in the B1900 on the center pedestal. I don't have a I can have it pop up, but I don't have an FMS on this. Is it? I didn't even know it had. I did not know that it even had that ability. I know you could pop it up, but I didn't know that it was in. Is it in the 3D panel? I didn't even know. All right, after Pomona, we'll go Palmdale. Papa, Mike, Delta, and then we're gonna go destination. Kilo, India, Yankee, Kilo. Cool. Now we are all squared away with regards to our GNS530. This is the X-Plane 11 version. I'm assuming this is the 11 version. I'm assuming I don't even have the 10 version installed any longer. Yeah, this is the 11. It's version 1.0. Do you have something different than 1.0? Hey, St. Wolfric. Crash the Distal, how you doing? All right. Go ahead and we can go into high idle. Let's turn on our pitot heat. Open up the bleed air. Chipmunkerino, this is the RealSimGear GNS530. RealSimGear. Oh, yours is 1.1. Okay. I don't have 1.1. When did 1.1 come out, and how did I miss that? Maybe different liveries have different avionics. It may be just coming in version 1.1. I don't know. Thank you, B2. Turn off the master caution. If you're into FSEconomy and you have not joined Snak Air, you are missing out on a great time. We're very active on
FSEconomy auto login.
Look at that, V2. Auto login to FSEconomy. How cool are we? Anyway, very active on the John Fly Discord with regard to coordination of Snak Air action.
I did it again. Show me those drumsticks.
I don't have the drumsticks nearby. In fact, they're not even within. They're not within reach at all. I can't even see them right now. I'm sorry. Apache X with the 14 months. Okay, here they are. You wouldn't even know if they're not here, right? Because they're invisive sticks. Thank you for the 14 months in a row. Version 1.1 was released back in September. Oops. I should probably update. I can't believe I haven't updated. Alright, let's come up here. I'm going to turn on the master lights, landing lights, nav lights, beacon, strobe. I should have turned on these lights a bit ago. Okay. We'll do no flaps takeoff. I do need to do that magnetic north vacuum sink. Air sticks. Yeah, exactly. They look good, didn't they? We've been told by Limburg Tower to line up and wait. We're just checking for any arriving traffic. Woo. Okay. Yeah. The only thing is trim. I think that's good there. All right. B2's automatic Lewis script should automatically start my FSEconomy flight once we lift off the ground, I believe. And I think it'll tell us something about have fun flying for Snak Air. Oh, but you know what I may not have said is the alias. So we may have to pause it and do the alias. Woo. But we better focus on flying right now. A little windy.
Enjoy your Snak Air flight.
You're coming up. So yeah, it automatically logs me into FSEconomy and automatically starts my flight. So thank you, B2. If you guys aren't running his Lewis script, you should be. Okay, flaps coming up. There's none. Hello, Diamanes. After we land, I'm going to upgrade to version 1.1. Alright, retrim here. And we'll turn the autopilot on. Yaw damper on. Nav. I'm going to hit the GPS VLOC. I'm also going to do a vertical speed and we'll go up at 1,000 feet per minute. And we'll set our altitude. Set altitude 9,000. Set altitude 9,000.
Altitude 9,000 feet.
Altitude selected. And we are now, I'm going to come up here. I'll zoom into the GNS so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Oops. We'll go direct mission bay and we'll activate that. One more outside look. With your new computer, you could give the XP11 B1900 a try. On my old one, it was too heavy on the FPS. Oh, cool. Uh-oh. That's interesting. It's going the wrong way. Oh, I know why. Yeah, because we're supposed to be going direct Dana. I thought Mission Bay was ahead of us, but it's right below us. Or behind us a little bit. My bad. We'll pretend that was a ATC vector for traffic. Another thing on the XP FSE to-do list I'll never get around to doing. There you go. Finally got yourself a new GPU. Bye-bye 980 with the 4 gigabyte of VRAM. Hello 1070 Ti with 8 gig. Does make a huge difference, doesn't it, Uni? It really does. The only reason that I have a 1080 Ti, I think, what does it have? 11 gigs, I think. The only reason I have that is because of donations on the stream, and I there's no way that I could buy it on my own. Well, I could, but then I might have to have ramen noodles for a few weeks, you know, instead of cereal. The VRAM is the biggest issue with, yes, especially with, you know, turning all the settings up. You know, that gives you a lot more buffer for ability. I'd have to sleep on a couch for a few weeks, exactly. Yeah, or in the doghouse, or of the doghouse that we don't own even. I went from a 780 to a 1070, huge improvement. Yeah. Crash a Distal. Someone told me, someone said I need to wait on the Vive Pro. I think we raised, I don't know, what was it, 20 or 30 bucks, something like that. But I'm going to hold off on that. And there's a few reports on some issues that they may need to work on first, and it may not be just software. So maybe they'll come out with a you know, a different hardware version that may be the better thing to go with. Smooth 1980, how you doing? I'm going to turn my... everything actually looks good. Passing through 7,500. Definite IMC. I wonder how much RAM the new 2 series cards will have. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, obviously there's a point of limited return or diminished return, but more the merrier, right? 16 gigabytes, you think? I did see that Brad got a webcam. I didn't see that. I haven't tuned in for a VR headset run, but I'm really happy that we bombarded him that day and said, "Hey, get a webcam." And that very that day that I hosted him, and you guys, I think it was probably a dozen of you in there saying, "Where's your webcam?" He actually bought it right then and there on the stream, and that was pretty cool. He's got a good stream. I like Brad. I think most of us have put that on hold until a consumer Vive 2 or something better comes out. Yeah, I'm kind of in a wait and see. I mean, how are the VR? I mean, how would a stream be for the John Fly channel if I'm wearing a VR headset? Is that, I guess, as long as, well, when I try to, well, let's put it this way. When I watch streams that use Track IR the whole time, I'm like, whoa, it's too much movement. So I'm not sure if the VR. I think the Bambino does it pretty well. You got your custom